Yodelady-hoo.
Yodelady, 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 hoo.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Alright,
Oh,
yeah.
you have it down, man.
Alright, what's up everybody? It's Kid and Petter once again. I'm coming to you live from my mom's basement. It's dark down here. I'm just kind of soaking in my own ambiance. I'm joined, as usual, by everyone's favorite Quebecois, XP.
Hello, Kitten. Always a pleasure being with you.
Yeah, I wish my wife said that. We are here from. I'm not actually married, but we're
to all the ladies, you're available then.
Yeah. If you guys like 24-year-old gingers with dad bods, holler at me. We are at the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg, Austria. You may know that name. Steven Spielberg's family originated in this town.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was born in Austria.
He was. I was looking up some facts earlier as well. I was saving that one for when someone crashes, and I was gonna be like, "Oh, they're terminated."
Save it. Save it.
Oh, we're live now, so.
Yeah, but save it. Don't worry. Use it. There was plenty of chances to use it during the race. Something is gonna happen.
Yeah, there will be a lot of chances because according to what the drivers are saying, looks like there is heavy rain predicted for the race. As you can see, it is actually pretty nice out here right now.
Pretty nice indeed.
But apparently there is a storm of brewing.
Kitten, I think you could have used in that Arnold Schwarzenegger phrase for Dre Diggy. He was entering the pits, and probably Jeff was telling him in, and he hit the wall entering the pits, broke his left tire.
I have done that a couple times this year, out of rage, for the most part.
Gotcha.
Not a whole lot of action on track right now. We got Talon, probably the best chance to crack into the 103s where Sean and Gotu. Big shout out to Gotu. Gotu did in fact win the championship last week, and he has a huge advantage. But we have a few guys.
Nothing much splitting them at the moment, right? Sean and Gotu guy are split like merely a couple of tenths of a second.
Yeah, 2 tenths.
Yeah.
Yeah. Destiny's in the low 104s as well, so we'll see if he decides to come back out.
Are you on board with the Talon guy at the moment?
I am, as a matter of fact.
Do you know if he improved on his lap time so far? Sector?
I should check the sector. I was dragging up the points.
Got you.
Let's see here. Look at this. Yeah, I don't think he went purple, but it's kind of hard to tell.
Gotcha. Apparently FOM is supposed to give us all additional data this year, so it should be interesting to see what kind of info we get.
Yeah, Amazon.
So Talon.
We're partnering up with Amazon.
Gotcha. He hasn't improved on his time, Talon guy.
No, he hasn't. Looks like Destiny is gonna go for one last crack at it. This is the shortest lap in Formula One. They keep messing around with the tire compounds, and who knows? Maybe someone can get into the sub 1 minutes next year.
Do we know how fast the racers on esports are able to do on this lap, or any other like Formula One? What was the Formula One time on this track this year?
I'm not entirely
That's a
sure.
good question.
It is. It is.
Let me check. Let me check.
Yeah, I would not look up the esports one because that would probably be bad for our brand.
Okay, got you.
but I did see they got like over, I think it was like 4.5 million individual viewers for that this season, which is a lot.
Okay, let's see here.
I'm gonna say it was probably somewhere in the 103s.
I'm trying to remember fastest lap in the race was Verstappen with that makes no sense, a 1:21.
What?
No, that makes no sense.
Let's look up the lap record.
Yeah, fastest lap.
Oh, we got Sensation in the comments. What's up, Sensation? He's the goat of esports commentary.
Mr. Sensation.
Sensation. Hopefully you.
Raikkonen did a 1:06 fastest lap time.
Is that in the
which
race?
I find strange.
Or is that?
I think so. You would say I would have to check qualifying best lap time. Best lap time was by Bottas 1:04.175 in Q1, and in Q3 was 1:03.130. Something happened?
Yeah, Gochu was just on a flying lap, and looks like Jeremy just got in his way. I'm not sure if that was a little bit of teamwork from Sean and Jeremy.
So if this is correct, Sean is 800 of a second off of a Bottas qualifying a lap this year, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah. Oh, Destiny.
Yeah, Destiny, a little bit of rage.
Wrong way.
He needed to park the car quickly.
The car is not safe, Destiny. .103.1, yeah, Bottas. Bottas is pretty good around there.
Trinity. Competitive. Racing. Platinum class. Live from Austria. Yodeling. Yodeling. Beautiful.
Alright, everyone can now put their lederhosen back on. Is that German or is that Austrian? I don't know. Is there really a difference? Let's be honest.
I really don't know. They're close by.
Yeah. I think Austrians speak German. But as you can see, we have a downpour here in the Austrian Alps.
I got my boots on. There's a lot of mud outside here, It's gonna be wet, and they're all starting on the wet tires.
Yeah,
No DRS available. This is gonna be interesting.
These are full wet conditions. Now, I do know that in wet conditions, you want to start in second gear. You want to launch in second gear. I learned that by watching a free practice this year in real life F1, and it works for me.
Kitten, second gear with rich fuel load or standard? You're talking about real life F1 here.
Yeah, probably the same way that you would normally start. You know, all the way up on ERS, and it just lowers the revs on the back tires, so you can
Gotcha.
You can go ahead and get a nice launch out of there.
Tips that I'm writing down.
Tips and tricks for future reference. Let's run through the order. We got Sean on pole. I think this is his 800th pole of the season. We won't know if he finishes the race until probably
Yeah,
lap
he won't
36.
have to change his tires. You won't have to change his tire this time around.
Go to the champion-elect in P2, Destiny, Talon, Xandermar, Be Good, Psycho, Germian, Iroll, Kev Berge, GT, the artist formerly known as Leandre Level, Dre Diggy, Seafreeze with a little spin, spinnerooski on. I think Ericsson hit him. Then we have Fatal, Spirit, Tico, Swarner, and Blaster Brennan for some reason is in the lobby.
He got in pretty late. I think he got in during qualifying, and he's going to start the race with the default medium setup. And from 14 to 17 are our boys from Golden Class Racing League.
Best of luck to them
yes,
as they start on what will most likely be a treacherous journey here from the Red Bull Ring in Austria. We are lights out.
And we are racing.
Ooh, it looks like Destiny has Mark Webbered it again, and he's crashed into Iroll back there, I think. Let's see if everybody makes it through the first corner. Got a lot of action here in the mid-pack. It's to be expected.
Go to guy and Sean neck to neck.
Oh, baby. You got bits of wing
and the
flying
back
in the
there
air.
was pretty tight.
Oh, man. Yeah, these guys are 3 wide. That's not going to end well.
We have McLaren spinning there.
Yep.
Kev Berge in the wall.
Not sure who all was involved there. Unfortunately, it kind of switched to like the onboard spectator cam as I was focusing on him. But yeah, they were going.
Kev Berge hasn't lost the wheel, but he does have wing damage.
I would imagine there's quite a bit of wing damage going on over there. And,
I wouldn't give up.
I'll never give up. It's Jimmy V-Week.
He has left the session though, so I think it's over for Kevin Berge. We have a red.
Yeah, I think he's probably angry at the moment. We got a caution somewhere.
First casualty.
That Jiggy possibly? No. I did see a caution for a little bit, but I'm not sure if that was anything. We got a roll coming up.
Dre Diggy's having a hard time there on the main streets. Yeah, I think there was probably a tangle between Destiny and Kevin Berge. Destiny is in the pits changing his wing at the moment.
Ooh, Iroll really pushing it in there. Trying to get an advantage on Jeremy, but it looks like Psycho and Talon are actually catching up. Oh, as I missed...
Mr. Psycho is on it still.
As I missed Xandermar getting past Be Good Fever. Oh, and Be Good Fever getting past Xandermar. So we got a pretty solid bit of action building up here between P3 and, I mean, really P9. Looks like this is going to be a bit of a...
P3 to P9, yeah.
Yeah, there's...
Quite a train.
Yeah, it's not more than a second separating as Xandermar... That's a tough place to overtake. Excuse me. I'm coughing with excitement right now. Oh, and it looks like Biga's going to lose out For Germany. Well, perhaps not.
We have the two Renaults in 4th and 5th. I hope they.
I roll around the outside. Oh wow.
Yeah.
And Psycho's gonna get past Jeremiah. He is he's struggling right now. Not sure if he left the drive setup on him.
Talangai is gonna probably. He's being cautious. He's diving into Mr. Psycho, and he just hit Jeremiah.
Yeah.
And will be passing Jeremiah. Dre Diggy with a 5-second penalty that he probably got when he went to change that nose in the pits.
Looks like both Jeremiah and GT both aquaplaned right there around that hairpin. The GT came out on top. Wonder how these Renault boys are gonna treat each other if they get close.
I hope there's no contact between those two.
I have a feeling that it's a distinct possibility. I'm being honest.
Yes, it is. Sean and Go-To Guy already with a nice lead over 3rd place.
Yeah. I mean, those guys are all battling, and to be fair, I mean, these two have been the quickest all year, so shouldn't be too surprising.
I'm looking at the fight between Mr. Psycho and Talangai at the moment.
We have linear thoughts. XP.
And you know what? GTR Lion's really behind Jeremiah now at the Remus curb. Oh yes, I know all the names of the curbs.
Oh, did you actually study that? Because I always mean to and I forget.
Well, if you want, let's go with here. Let's follow GTR Lion on board. And I'm gonna name him for you.
How about this? We start whenever Sean starts the next lap. Whenever Sean starts his next lap, which should be
perfect,
coming up in a few seconds. And then we can.
Yeah. So he's on the main straight at the moment. First corner is gonna be a Castrol Edge corner.
Oh, it's sponsored. Nice. Shout out to Castrol Edge.
Yes.
Castrol Edge, the best motor oil company in Europe.
I love the straight because it's uphill and it turns right into the Remus corner.
Remus?
Remus.
I wonder who that's named after.
I do not know. I didn't go too far into the explanation of the corner names. Now we're into the Schloss Gold curb, where we find the infamous Red Bull statue there. Into the Ranch corner number 4, followed by the Worth curve corner number 5 and 6, into the Rent.
Oh, it's Yuckin Rent. I know him.
Yes, that
the only posthumous champion in F1.
And the last corner, which is the sponsored Red Bull Mobile corner, and we almost saw Sean there sideways.
Ooh, baby. Get back here. Get back here, Mr. Carr. Well, that's an interesting... And that goes to show you how quick the lap is right here. Really doesn't take any time, even when it's, full wet conditions. Let's check the best times. 1:17. So that's still quicker than, I don't know, what would you say, about 80% of the Formula 1 tracks? 1:17.
The issue is that at the moment it's in the rain, so I do not know how fast these guys will be. But the qualifying lap was 800ths of a second, so they're pretty close.
Yeah. Within the, I mean, if it were like actual dry conditions, they'd probably be running like 107s right now. There's not a whole lot of time to lose since the circuit's mostly comprised of straights. As Talon almost ditches it.
We have Sean entering the pits.
I wonder if he's going to throw on inters here. I'm not sure if it's actually drying out or if he just feels like...
Well, you know what, Kitten? While we were going on board with Sean, everybody from after the top two pitted. So we had go-to guys switch to intermediates.
Oh.
We had Destiny, TKO, Fatal, Blaster Graham, and Kev Berge that all pitted for intermediates. So Sean, I think, followed suit, and he's gonna come out ahead of a GTR Lions still on his wets with already 6 laps on them. I wonder if this is the track when you follow the racing line. Looks like it's drier than the edges where
it's not raining as hard as it was at the start.
Well, listen, we're in this TCR sponsored pad. We're enclosed, we're dry. There's no window, so it's not like I could tell Kitten to put his arm out to check how wet it is, how much it's pouring. So we have to go with the live feed that FOM is giving us at the moment.
Yeah. FOM, they typically they just strap us to chairs in a room, and they make us announce this. But they do give us free airfare, so I guess.
Oh yeah, we love TCR. They're doing a great job with the hospitality.
Yeah, we actually I mean I was saying last night. You know, I've had a mouthful of Vienna sausage pretty much since Tuesday. So.
Did you have apple strudels for dessert, my friend?
A fun fact about me. It looks like Sean may have made a mistake here because Goku just closed up about 5 seconds. Fun fact about me is I'm allergic to apples.
Okay.
I'm not allowed to eat apples.
Well,
I had to carry around an EpiPen when I was a kid.
Listen to me. I'm sorry to hear that because you're missing out on some excellent desserts.
You know,
but
like
sausages are good also. You know. Go-to guy was. He had a hard time in the Wurt curve.
Wurt
curve.
Yeah, man, I can't do German. I can't do it.
No, it's. I've studied this language.
You are a very linguistic man.
Yes, I've been here since Thursday. You've seen my pics, my selfies under the Red Bull statue, which is life size. Everything is proportioned to that bull. Everything is perfect.
Yeah, we had a
perfect bronze.
We had a really good time last night at the Johnny Walker tent from. Courtesy of Force India. Actually, it might be Smirnoff now. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I wound up ending up on top of that bull. I was riding that bull.
Wow.
Yeah. No one saw me. But I was told by a few onlookers who happened to phone the police that I was, in fact, on top of the bull. And that I was trespassing.
That's a pretty tall bull, my friend.
Yeah, I don't know how I got up there.
We have a yellow in Sector 1. Who's having our time? Oh, we have Blaster Man that spun out.
It looks like he's running his race right now. Not sure. Turn 1 is tricky. It is easy to lose it if you take a little bit too much inside or outside curve. Or both. And this
we
track
have Destiny right behind the Talon guy, heading to the first corner there. Is he gonna make a move? He's too far behind at the moment. There's a lot of close battles, huh? It's hard to pick. You know what? Let's keep an eye out on iRoll QC against Zandamar, because if I'm not mistaken, top 2 and 3 are still up for grabs at the moment in the championship.
Yeah, we do have the stats. I think 2 through 5 are separated only by 15 points at the moment.
Okay.
Um, let me
Let me see. Yeah.
yeah.
Let
I
me
think
check also.
we both have it. Yeah. Iroh is currently in second. Uh, he's on 85 points. Xandermar is 6 points behind him in the Sauber, and then Sean
Yeah.
is 3 points behind Xandermar in the Haas, and Jeremiah is 6 points behind Iroh in the other Haas.
Where's
So,
Jeremiah? Jeremiah is in 10th place at the moment with 3 laps on those intermediate. So the top 4 at the moment, if it stays as is, are going to be pretty close to that second spot in the championship. It's going to tighten all because if Sean gets 25 points, he goes up to the standings. So that's pretty good.
yeah, I mean, with the clinic that the Go-To has put on so far, with Yellow's in Sector 1 and 2, looks like Flasher Brennan's having a lot of difficulty.
I think he has to let all these guys pass. I think he was blue flagged, so he needed to.
That's an early lap right there. Yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought there. I forgot what I was about to say.
About the point standings at the moment.
Oh yeah. Yeah. With
go-to guy was. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, yeah. With Go-To guy already, kind of running away with the championship. At least, we have quite the battle. There's a 4 or 5 way battle for second place, which is good. It looks like Sensation. We have not chased Sensation away yet. He's still commenting. No one else is though.
We will have to invite Sensation one of these days to join us.
Sensation's
it will be it will be a pleasure to have a chit chat with him and have a few laughs. Listen, if he were here at the moment, I would give him a bowl of goulash.
Mm-hmm.
So we have Iroh QC getting a little bit closer to Xandamar now.
Right.
Heading on the last corner here.
Oh, I meant to answer Sensation's question though. Will it get dry soon? We don't know. The drivers know when it's going to rain in qualifying, but for us, we don't know. So,
looking at the sky and at the cloud formation Sensation, me from track view here, I could say that it will be raining for the remainder of the race, and we're only talking about another 23 laps here. We have another DNF, Jeremiah. I think we missed it. I'm really focused on the Iroh QC Xandamar battle at the moment.
Well, let's see if we can catch where that happened. I don't think we will be able to. Looks like there's a pretty big distance from where Jeremiah crashed. Unfortunately. Let's get back to Iroh. Iroh, he was a subject of much ire after last week in Singapore.
What a zoo! That was a crazy race in Singapore.
Yeah, he had a
six finished.
And some of that was thanks to him. He had a few pretty courageous, I guess you could say, defensive moves. That's a bit of a hyperbole, but yeah, he was definitely aggressive, and he apologized for his actions in a post-race news conference in front of the world's press. Afterwards,
Good.
this is the part where we played the audio, but we don't have any audio, so there's not going to be any audio for that. Just let it be known that he did, in fact, apologize, and that is the measure.
I think it went in the way of him apologizing by saying "Je suis désolé, sorry to all of my competitor friends. It will never happen again." In the best Québécois voice possible.
That is that is good.
And he hasn't, at least for now, I haven't seen any issues with his driving tonight. He actually avoided collision with Sandemar on the second corner Remus a couple of laps ago when he tried, he saw an opening.
No, yeah, I think for the most part, this everyone so far has been very pensive. This is the first full wet race we've had this year, or at least starting on wets. I mean, obviously everyone's now on to the inters, but
you know what, Kitten, talking about these inters. I guess Mr. Sensation is correct, or I'm not sure if he predicted it. It looks like it's drying. I'm not seeing any more rain on anybody's screen at the moment.
Correct. This is straight out of a Spielberg movie. Last night we had it dry to wet, and looks like tonight we have it wet to dry. Wow.
I think people are starting to get issues with these intermediate tires
I'm following along
being
with
undrivable.
Yeah, Talon is really getting a lot of understeer right now.
We have our first, I thought we were having our first pit stop, but I guess not. They're continuing on these enters. Unless I'm mistaken, Blaster Brenham is the only competitor on track at the moment on softs.
Well, he's close to 2 laps down, so I mean, you gotta do something.
He had nothing to lose.
Yeah.
He had nothing to, but he looks like he's having a hard time.
Yeah, I believe Blaster Brennan usually uses anti-lock brakes when he races.
Okay. Okay.
And then
He doesn't know how to use them, or it's not an option in his pedal set.
No, you're not allowed to use any assists in this lobby. So
Got you.
Well, we got Sean immediately ducking in. I would imagine GoTo is not going to follow him. Never mind. Let's see who bites here.
Well, Sean did.
Xander staying out. Iroll staying out. Looks like everyone is actually going to stay out.
Yeah, Destiny staying out. Talent guy. Yeah, everybody but Sean and Blaster at the moment on the driest set of tires, and let's see if Sean is
this will be fun to watch. Let's ride on board with Sean, see if he can
he should be able to pass these guys. Yeah, he should be able to pass these guys easily. If it's a drying track, he's gonna have the advantage.
He will, but I think the rear traction through most of these corners is already bad usually. But if it's slippery on dry tires,
even if he stays on the dry patch of tarmac, he's gonna have traction issues.
I mean, there's really nothing that looks super dry to me, personally.
Okay.
But it looks like everyone's just trying to get a leg up. Yeah, everyone else is going to be heading in.
Yeah, Iroll just went in.
I think just extended his advantage that time here on the first couple.
Sandemar in, go-to guy in. Yeah, Sean did a brilliant move by pitting in. He's gonna be ahead of go-to guy, which you know what should super softs.
So this
is
the fight right
1
here.
second. Yeah, 1 second behind with DRS available. The better tire should be interesting end of Grand Prix.
I'm not entirely sure how long the super softs can last, but I do know for a fact that you can stretch the softs for 32 laps, although that is not recommended at all. I think I think Goku might have an advantage right here.
Kitten, no matter what, both of them are gonna do 18 laps. I don't see them repitting. They're doing 18 laps on these tires.
Yeah, but what I'm curious to see is if those softs can take him past Sean.
Dead last. Yeah.
Depends
on track temperature. Track temperature and how they abuse them coming out of these fast corners. I'm actually watching a go-to guy here.
He's and
there is, yeah, he is.
He's gonna have the tire advantage for the first 10 or so laps here, but he's not gonna want to drive him too hard because Sean could nurse those softs and they could be still in their prime
shape.
Yeah, towards the end of the race.
How are our golden class drivers doing tonight? We have Swarmer and Tent. We have TKO, Real Spirit, Fatal, and 13-14. They're doing good. They're still in the race.
Yeah, I mean, not as good as they were in Singapore, but these are tricky conditions. You certainly don't want to step on any toes. You know, if you're not running for points. This guy is really reeling in Sean.
It's good experience. It's a good experience. Oh yeah, this is pretty close fight now between Go-To Guy and Sean.
Yeah, those softs are always going to take a few laps to really become viable in terms of like racing against other cars. We got Sean.
We have
Bergie's
bench. Yeah.
Ooh, that's gonna throw a wedge in some things.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really did good to avoid Kevin Bergie.
Yeah, they really. Sean's still throwing in fastest on the soft, so. I mean, I guess that's probably. I mean, Go-To definitely lost more time there.
Yeah, he did lose about a second behind Kev.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate with the AI. Whenever the AI needs to be set like pretty high. I mean, typically, I'm not sure what it usually is in the lobbies, but it's sometimes they can be way too slow.
Do you become a ghost car controlled by the AI by simply leaving the lobby, or if he would have retired from the race, would that have pitted his car in the garage?
Oh, I believe if you actually retire from the race, your car does pit in the garage. However, if you just leave the lobby with your car on track, it will keep going, not ghosted.
Gotcha.
Much to the chagrin of the leaders here. So we got Talon on iRoll. Well, every time I switch to Talon, he gets a lot of oversteer, so I kind of feel bad. Maybe I should just leave Talon alone.
Keep Talon alone. I'll keep an eye on him, but he's still behind iRoll at the moment. But he's in that Ferrari is in a Renault sandwich at the moment. He has iRoll in front of him and Be Good catching up behind him. So that's a nice battle between 5, 6, and 7. What happened, my friend?
We had a move for the lead. Go-To.
By the Go-To Guy, yeah, I just noticed.
I'm not sure.
This was at the Skolsgold corner. Skolsgold.
Donka for that information.
You know I'm probably saying it incorrectly.
Oh,
The only thing that I know for sure is the gold at the end. The beginning is a different story.
see, I'm not entirely sure how Sean got so discombobulated. I guess maybe it could have just been through DRS, which I believe is
Well,
up
it's
and
happening again.
yeah.
Look, go to guys at the on the outside of
Ooh, that's a double front
the
lock
Remus
up.
curve. He's
Get under
gonna
him.
get DRS.
Should have
He's gonna get
traction.
DRS. Yeah, there we go.
Sean's doing a
Sean
good
is
job of
defending.
covering the inside line.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's
Sean.
beautiful defending there. Really nice. No contact at all. These two are
Elbows up.
good drivers.
They are.
Fast and good drivers. Hey, we had a move here. We missed something. I think Kev Berge, his AI car is causing problems because now we have Be Good in front of Talon Guy with I-Roll probably gonna lap Real Spirit here.
Yeah, we've got some. We got some lap traffic going on here. I'm not sure. Real Spirit's not used to getting that. I don't think he knows. And this is a tricky circuit to pull over. Because pretty much
he's gonna have to pull up the straight here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have Talon Guy. Yeah, Real Spirit 5 side ignoring blue flags. We just got a penalty for not letting these guys pass, and this is pretty tight now for 5th spot here. We have Talon Guy, Be Good Fever, and I will.
Go-To and Sean going at it wheel to wheel once again.
Oh, so I missed another time.
Who is in the lead for now?
Oof.
Sean is on his gearbox.
Oh, yes, he is.
Corner.
The word curve. Oh, Sean needed to go.
Let's see who gets the run out of here. Oh no!
Is he squeezing him in the wall?
A little bit of a touch.
Oh my God!
Oh, go-to. Oh, he's covering. Oh boy, Sean with some very hardcore defending.
He's gonna suffer here. Go-to guy is gonna have DRS on him, and after that move on the wall there. You see,
gonna late break again.
Oh, he braked late, but will he get DRS? No, now Sean has the DRS. This is so far clean battle. I'm really impressed by these guys, and I find it bad for. Yeah, I find it bad for go-to guy.
Just a little bit too much.
Yeah, he went a little bit wide there on the grass. Thank God he didn't lose it. It's switching places between 5th, 6th, and 7th place between Talon Guy, Be Good Fever, and I-Roll here. Also a good battle. We have Swarmer here in 10th place. We just touched the rear wheel of the GTR Lion at 9th, and always the usual suspect at the wrong place at the wrong time is Kev Berge, which is giving people in this race opportunities, trying to pass him. Talon Guy is gonna, almost lost it there. We have some pretty exciting battles here, Kitten, between 1st and 2nd, followed by 5th, 6th, and 7th, and also in 9th and 10th place for those last points.
Warren's been trying for a few laps to get past DC.
He is pretty close now.
Looks like he might get him.
He just did it, yeah.
Line.
Yeah, he just did it. There we go. That's done.
Oh, Sean.
GTR line has the
Big news here. Sean just got a 3-second time penalty.
Exceeding track limits.
He sure did.
I'm sure all of them have gone pretty wide a couple of times now. Did they get penalties out of it? I do not know. But first and second place, I don't think Sandemar hasn't been bothered in third place, and he's pretty far behind, 17 seconds behind. If everything goes good, he should keep that place no matter what.
Yeah, so long as Gochu doesn't have any penalties, it's gonna be tough for Sean to keep up with advantage here.
Yeah, he needs as we stand. I do not know if Gochu guy has a penalty or not, but he needs a 3-second advantage on second place to keep that first place at the moment. We have another penalty here. Seafreeze 3 seconds.
Yeah, Seafreeze has had a few of those. I think. I'm not sure if he just got a.
Kitten, I would ask you to. I'm not sure if you're viewing the same thing as me. For a battle between 5th and 6th, the two Renault guys.
I am.
They're the closest guys at the moment, with Talon guy right behind them also.
I sure am. I'm keeping a watchful eye on it. And Talon's gonna have DRS. I think he's gonna get him here. Maybe a shade to the inside. See if we get back.
Oh boy, X-Roll is going slow.
Yeah, what happened to him?
Does he have the... And you think he's saving fuel? Who knows? Oh, we had a slight touch there.
It looked like it was kind of like one bumped into another,
Yeah.
Don't see any wing damage though. They have telemetry turned on now. Shout out to Toxic T1. Didn't think of that. Oh, Gochu does have a 3-second penalty. So this is gonna be it's an actual race now, I guess.
Yeah.
Must have missed that earlier on.
No, there's been so many penalties, and pretty much all of them. Look, just now, Destiny, multiple warnings of exceeding track limits. Oh, Talon guy has the run now on Be Good. And neck to neck, wow. Late braking.
Ooh, good move from Talon here.
Sean lost first place. It's too bad that there's so many battles and we don't have... Too bad we can't split screen between battles. Yeah, Go-To guy has the lead now, but Sean is right on his tail. He's not leaving any room. He's not letting Go-To guy... Yeah, go for it, sorry.
He does have a bit of an EFS advantage, but it's not much. He may just be trying to stay within DRS for the remainder of this race. And hopefully those stops outlast the super.
Do you think Iroh has issues, or he's saving fuel, or doesn't have any? Because he's going down the order now. They swap places with Be Good, and Talon guy is right behind them also. Let's see on board.
Well, Starboy Bella Ray says Iroh probably slowed down to help Be Good stay ahead of Talon. That is a possibility. I didn't really think of that.
Possibly. He lost the place to it though, so.
Because I mean, Talon is all over the back of these guys. To be honest, he's been within. Oh.
They're swapping places. The Renaults are swapping places again.
Yeah, the DRS is so powerful here. It is difficult.
They are locking their fronts a lot in that curve. And Sean now is 300 of a second behind Go-To guy. Yeah, so we have a lot of close battles. Destiny's in the pits.
And he's get Bergie's AI in the way.
I told
Oh
you,
no!
wherever there's
Yeah.
a big battle or a big position change, he's always in the middle of it.
Yeah,
Definitely went to the pits for a 5 lap with 5 laps remaining to put on a set of ultra soft tires.
that may be the move. I did that last night in my beef felon race. It was it eventually it helped me get to P8 instead of
It paid off.
yeah, it paid off like 4 points or 2 points, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I guess if you're in P14 right now, you might as well see what happens. I think it might be a little late to pull that trigger. His Talon is peeking around B good again.
Oh, be good went really wide there.
Yeah.
And the talent
Yeah,
guy is gonna have the DRS. There we go.
Yeah, he's gonna big right
He's lucky he was able to keep that in control in the grass.
here.
Okay. I'm back on Sean here. He's in the worst curve with Goku guy here, and these guys have been battling for the last 20 laps. Actually, the entire race.
Yeah,
The entire race.
Yeah, they immediately bolted from everyone else in contention, and ever since then, you can see 24-second gap back to third place of Xanamar.
Only 2 DNFs for the entire race, which is pretty good. I think yesterday, after 10 laps in the Golden Race, it was like already 6 or 7, 6 for sure DNFs. So,
Yeah,
it's Sean going the outside.
Overrun, get the traction down, son. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good.
There he is. He's got the RS. Yeah. And Sean is back to number 1. Locked up a little bit on those with the tire wear on these tires. Sean is in a better position at the moment with those softs, I guess.
Yeah, it probably is. I'm not sure how much the super softs really have left to give after 15 laps. They probably still have. I mean,
Kitten, you realize there's only 3 laps left, huh? So this went pretty fast.
Yeah. This is a very quick race. The exact opposite of Singleton.
Listen, it went so fast that we didn't even have time to talk about all these fun facts that we had. Did you know that the Austrian? No, let me tell you. We have no time to chit chat here. The Austrian flag is one of the oldest national flags in the world, and that's when the crowd goes, "Ooh." Ferdinand Porsche, who is the founder of the German sport car company Porsche, is from Austria.
Wow.
Yesterday we had a zoo fest here in Austria. Did you know that the first zoo in the world was created in Austria in 1752?
I was gonna say 1751. You got me.
You're close, but you know, the first postcard used were in Austria. These were people that invented postcards, you know, to communicate with other people.
A relic of the past.
Exactly. Okay, I'm done.
I've been in the meantime. I'm sure there's someone who's gonna be angry that I'm not catching their battle. Looks like GT's within half a second of Swarner. I was wondering what is in goulash. I don't think I've ever seen goulash. I've never seen it on a menu. But I'm also from the Midwest, and I don't travel much.
It's a mixture of it's a hot pot similar to Hungarian goulash. So basically, meat simmered, you know, like for a long time on the stove with vegetables and stuff. Usually done with pork. Yeah, noodles also, but they put pork, they put meat in it and stuff.
Ah.
Like
I mean, it looks good. It looks like
it does.
It looks like I mean, I'd rather have like spaghetti, but
yeah. Well, I'm Italian. I'd rather have a good pasta with a nice red sauce. But you know what? I'm willing to. I've been eating this since a Thursday. You know.
I'm going through Google Images right now. Some of these look real good. But some of these look different than the others. Some of these are like, it looks like a stew. Others look like a pasta.
We have Sean that has now a 3-second leads on Go-To Guy, so those tires really fell off. Go-To Guy is having a hard time keeping, I think, Kev Bergey's AI car behind him. So no, now he's 4 seconds behind. He's having, I think he's having fuel issues.
Not entirely.
Oh.
I mean,
How can we watch on board? Does he have fuel issues? Anyways, his UI is flashing.
Warner on the last lap. Ah! This Warner battle with GT is
GTR Lion, yeah. It's the closest battle. It's the closest battle on the field at the moment.
It's really
for the last spot. Oh no, GTR have the 10th spot.
Yeah, just for P9. Looks like
Sean has won the Grand Prix.
Congratulations to Sean. Go-To finished second. Xandermar, barring something crazy, third.
Should finish third.
Talon, Be Good, Psycho, Destiny, Swarner, and GT going at it in the final sector here for the
GTR Lion. These last two corners are pretty much his only remaining chances to get the 9th place. I hope there's no contact between these two, but let's see. Swarner is defending the inside so far. I think he's got it, unless Swarner messes up here. No.
A little slide. Get in. Get in. Oh, he bump drafts him across the line.
But GTR Lion went ahead, so probably Swarner had a penalty. GTR finishes 9th, so Swarner crossed the line 9th, but had a penalty, so he's relegated to 10th. And we have Sean here. Sean that actually led the race. Well, it was a back and forth between Sean and Go-To Guy, but at least he was leading at the end and won. Wasn't disqualified like in Singapore. Congratulations to him.
That's true. I also believe that Sauber has sealed up the Constructors' Championship with that 3rd place from Xandermar.
And what do I see? I see 3 powered Ferrari engine teams on the podium. It's like it's always Ferrari.
Raining once again. Wow. Austria. God bless the rain. Yeah. So our thoughts on this race. I'd like to let you start, XP. How do you feel? Do you feel enlightened?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because pretty much every car finished the race. It was a 2-part race. Started in the wet for a good 16 laps and finished in the dry. So a lot of different tire strategies. Enjoyed the fight between 1st and 2nd. These guys were switching spots non-stop during the race, and naturally a clean race in the 4th, 5th, and 6th position between the 2 Renaults of Be Good and iRoll and against Talon Guy and his Ferrari was really enjoyable. We didn't get to see everybody because they were pretty much spread out from the rest, but those close fights were really fun to watch.
I would tend to agree. I think that was a rather tame race compared to last week, especially given the wet weather. I think everyone was probably just kind of tiptoeing around, for a while. But yeah, then you had a fist fight between Sean and Go-To, and Sean won.
And congratulations to Sauber for clinching the constructor this week. I do not see Haas being able to. There's no points left in the remaining two races to catch up to the Sauber. So
Yeah, that was
congratulations to them.
it's
Yeah.
been it's been an impressive run from both GT, or not GT, but GoTo, who has been the picture of consistency throughout the season. I roll Sean, Jeremiah, and Xandermar. They've all been quick, but GoTo deserved his championship because he kept it on the track. Big win for Canada. First Canadian champion since was that 1997, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. On the Villeneuve.
Ooh, probably the least favorite Quebecois, but
Yeah.
but but yeah, between him and Xanamar, dominating performance for the Sauber boys. And with that, XP, any final thoughts?
It was a pleasure, like always, hosting this with you, Kitten. We will be seeing each other on the racetrack next week in Bahrain, and
Bahrain.
hopefully we'll be in the TCR booth in Bahrain the next day to have these watch these fine racers race.
Yes. A big thank you to TCR. They have set up our own tent city in the middle of the desert with minimal air conditioning that we will be living in from Sunday until Thursday night. So, big thank you to all the big donors out there, all the sponsors. We will be covered in dirt. We won't have showers. We won't have running water or electricity. But it's going to be a great race. I'm having
Fantastic race.
I'm going to have I have a good feeling about Bahrain. Let's just say that. And I guess with that, we'll see you next Wednesday around 8:30 Eastern on this channel. Subscribe, like, love us if you want. But
That's good. That's good.
yeah. But yeah, until then, for XP, for Kid and Better,
Ciao ragazzi.
we'll catch you next time.